Shaivism is one of the oldest and most significant traditions in Hinduism, where Lord Shiva is worshipped as the supreme god. With millions of followers, Shaivism encompasses diverse paths to connect with Shiva, from devotional worship to yoga and philosophical inquiry. Shiva is seen as the supreme being responsible for creation, preservation, and destruction, representing the eternal cosmic balance of life and the universe. Shaivism developed from pre-Vedic traditions, particularly in southern India, where Tamil Shaiva Siddhanta played a significant role. Over time, these traditions merged with Vedic beliefs, integrating Shiva worship with the broader Hindu framework. Shiva was historically associated with Rudra, a Vedic deity known for his destructive power and healing attributes. As Shiva's worship evolved, his influence spread to Southeast Asia, resulting in the construction of many temples in Nepal, Indonesia, Cambodia, and Vietnam. Shaivism emphasizes self-realization through yoga, meditation, and spiritual practices. The tradition also values asceticism, where devotees give up material possessions to focus on spiritual growth. The goal of Shaivism is to experience Shiva's presence within oneself and achieve moksha, liberation. The followers of Shaivism are called Shaivas or Shaivites. Main sacred texts of Shaivism. Shaivism reveres several sacred texts that form the foundation of its theology, rituals, and philosophy. These include Vedic texts, Agamas, Tantras, and philosophical writings by Shaivite scholars. These texts guide Shaivites in their spiritual practices and understanding of Shiva. Vedic texts, the roots of Shaivism, the Vedas, particularly the Yajurveda, contain early references to Rudra, who later evolved into Shiva. One of the most important Vedic hymns for Shaivites is the Shatarudriya, Sri Rudram, found in the Yajurveda. This chant praises Rudra Shiva as the supreme being, embodying both destruction and protection. It remains a central chant in Shaiva rituals and invokes Shiva's divine blessings. The Rigveda also contains references to Rudra as a storm-like deity associated with destruction and healing. These descriptions laid the groundwork for Shiva's complex role as a god of life, death, and transformation. Agamas and Tantras, core scriptures of Shaivism. The Agamas are among the most significant sacred texts in Shaivism. These scriptures provide detailed guidelines on temple worship, rituals, yoga, and philosophy. The Tantras, closely related to the Agamas, focus on philosophical insights and mystical practices. Together, they form the practical and philosophical foundation of Shaivism. There are 28 core Agamas, covering subjects such as ritual worship, temple construction, and spiritual discipline. Some important Agamas include Kamika Agama, focuses on daily rituals and temple worship. Karanagama, emphasizes philosophy and spiritual discipline. Ajita Agama, provides instructions on sacred architecture. The Tantras provide practical methods for spiritual awakening through mantras, meditation, and rituals. One significant tantra is the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, which offers 112 meditation techniques to help individuals realize their divine nature. The Puranas are narrative texts that contain mythological stories and legends about Shiva, Parvati, and their sons Ganesha and Kartikeya. These texts make Shaiva teachings accessible to the common people through divine stories that convey spiritual truths. Key Shaiva Puranas include Shiva Purana, stories about Shiva's divine play and teachings on life, death, and liberation. Linga Purana, focuses on the worship of the Shiva Lingam, symbolizing Shiva's infinite nature. Skanda Purana, the largest Purana, containing stories of Kartikeya's birth and adventures. Vayu Purana, explains Shiva's role in creation and dissolution of the universe. The Puranas help devotees connect with Shiva on a personal level through mythology and devotion. Shaivism has two main philosophical traditions, Shaiva Siddhanta and Kashmiri Shaivism. 1. Shaiva Siddhanta, a more devotional tradition. 2. Kashmiri Shaivism, a non-dualistic, philosophical tradition focusing on self-realization. In Shaiva Siddhanta, texts like the Tirumurai, Tamil hymns, and Siva Janana Bodham outline devotional practices and ethical teachings. In Kashmiri Shaivism, foundational texts include Shiva Sutras, Spandakarikas, and Tantraloka. Shiva Sutras emphasizes self-awareness and spiritual liberation. Spandakarikas explores divine vibration as the source of creation. Tantraloka is a comprehensive guide on rituals and philosophy, written by Abhinavagupta. These texts offer deep insights into Shiva's nature and guide followers towards spiritual awakening. Shaivism combines devotion, self-discipline, and meditation to help followers achieve oneness with Shiva. The key practices include worship, puja, mantra chanting, meditation, dhyana, yoga, and asceticism. Worship of the Shiva Lingam, puja. The Shiva Lingam symbolizes Shiva's formless, infinite nature. Puja rituals involve bathing the lingam, abhishekam, with milk, water, honey, and ghee, followed by offerings of flowers and incense. Devotees chant mantras like Om Namah Shivaya to invoke Shiva's divine presence. The purpose of puja is to seek Shiva's blessings, purify the mind, and remove negative karma. Chanting mantras japa. Mantra chanting is central to Shaivism. The most important mantra is Om Namah Shiva, meaning, I bow to Lord Shiva. Other key mantras include Mahamrityunjaya mantra, a healing mantra for protection from death and fear. Shiva Gayatri mantra for spiritual awakening and wisdom. Chanting mantras helps devotees purify the mind, remove distractions, and connect with Shiva. Meditation, dhyana. Meditation is a key practice in Shaivism, particularly in Kashmiri Shaivism. It focuses on self-awareness and realizing Shiva as the true self. Ajna Chakra meditation involves focusing on the third eye to awaken spiritual insight. Pranayam, breath control, helps practitioners achieve inner peace and awaken inner energy, kundalini. Yoga and ascetic practices. Shaivism promotes yoga as a path to self-realization. Key practices include Hatha Yoga for physical and mental discipline. Raja Yoga focuses on meditation and mental control. Kundalini Yoga awakens dormant spiritual energy. Many Shaivite monks practice asceticism, renouncing material attachments to focus on spiritual growth. Sacred rituals and festivals. Key festivals include Mahashivaratri, a celebration of Shiva's cosmic dance and union with Parvati. Rituals like Pradosham are performed to seek forgiveness for sins. These rituals and festivals strengthen devotees' spiritual connection with Shiva. Shiva, one of the most revered deities in Hinduism, is deeply connected with a variety of powerful symbols that carry profound philosophical, spiritual, and cosmic meanings. These symbols help devotees understand the different aspects of Shiva's nature, such as creation, destruction, transcendence, and inner awakening. Each symbol offers spiritual teachings that guide individuals towards self-realization and liberation, moksha. One of the most significant symbols in Shaivism is the Shiva Lingam, representing infinity, eternity, and the union of consciousness, Shiva, and energy, Shakti. It symbolizes formless divine reality and serves as a reminder to transcend material attachments and recognize the divine essence within oneself. Another important symbol is Shiva's third eye, representing spiritual insight and higher consciousness. The opening of the third eye symbolizes the destruction of ignorance and illusion, revealing the ultimate truth beyond ordinary perception. Shiva's Trishula, trident, symbolizes his control over the cycles of creation, preservation, and destruction. It also represents the balance of sattva, purity, rajas, activity, and tamas, inertia in nature. The serpent coiled around Shiva's neck symbolizes kundalini energy, the dormant spiritual energy within all beings, and its awakening signifies spiritual transformation. The river Ganga, flowing from Shiva's matted hair, represents purification and divine wisdom, teaching that spiritual knowledge leads to liberation. Other symbols, like the crescent moon and ashes, remind devotees of the impermanence of time and the physical world. The Damaru, drum, represents the cosmic sound, Om, signifying that creation arises from divine vibration. Nandi the bull, Shiva's vehicle, represents strength, loyalty, and devotion, while Rudraksha beads symbolize spiritual protection and power. Finally, Shiva's Nataraj form depicts the cosmic dance of creation, preservation, and destruction, reminding us that life is in constant motion, and through transcending duality, one can experience the bliss of liberation. In essence, these symbols convey Shiva's cosmic role and offer spiritual teachings to help individuals achieve inner peace, spiritual awakening, and liberation. They remind devotees that life is a dynamic process, and by embracing self-discipline, devotion, and meditation, one can realize the divine truth within and transcend worldly limitations. Shiva's 5 cosmic acts, Panchakritya, the 5 functions of the universe. In Shaivism, Lord Shiva is seen as the supreme consciousness who governs the entire cycle of existence through 5 cosmic acts, known as Panchakritya. These acts include creation, preservation, destruction, concealment, and grace, which keep the universe in balance. Shiva performs these acts not only to sustain the cosmos but also to guide souls towards spiritual liberation, moksha. Together, these 5 functions form the foundation of Shiva's role as the ultimate cosmic force in both material life and spiritual evolution. The first act, Srishti, creation, involves Shiva manifesting the universe and all living beings from his divine consciousness. Unlike Brahma, who is traditionally seen as the creator in Hinduism, Shiva's act of creation is more abstract. It focuses on the manifestation of cosmic energy and consciousness through his dynamic power, Shakti. Creation is not a one-time event, but a continuous process of energy taking different forms. This teaches that everything in existence is divine energy, and recognizing this can lead to spiritual awakening. The second act, Sthiti, preservation, highlights Shiva's role in maintaining balance within the universe. He ensures that the cosmic order Arti remains intact by sustaining life and natural laws. Preservation requires harmony between growth and sustenance, just as all aspects of life, mental, physical, and spiritual, need balance. Shiva's act of preservation reminds us that dharma, righteousness, is essential to keeping life in order, and we must work toward maintaining balance in our lives. The third act, samhara, destruction, emphasizes Shiva's role as the cosmic destroyer. This destruction is not negative, but a necessary transformation that clears away old patterns, beliefs, and attachments to make room for new creation and growth. Shiva's Tandava dance symbolizes the destruction of ignorance, ego, and illusions, Maya. His third eye represents spiritual insight, burning away false perceptions and leading to rebirth and renewal. Destruction teaches that letting go of the old is essential for personal transformation. The fourth act, Tirodhana, concealment, refers to Shiva's act of veiling the ultimate truth through Maya, illusion. This illusion creates the appearance of duality and separation, making individuals believe they are separate from the divine. The purpose of this concealment is to allow souls to experience life and evolve spiritually by overcoming challenges and learning lessons. Tirodhana reminds us that life's struggles and illusions are temporary, and that self-awareness and spiritual practice can help remove these veils and reveal the divine truth. The final act, Anugraha, grace, is Shiva's most important function as the cosmic liberator. Through divine grace, Shiva removes ignorance, avidya, and leads individuals to self-realization, atmajnana. This act allows souls to recognize their true divine nature and achieve liberation, moksha, from the cycle of birth and death, samsara. Anugraha symbolizes that spiritual awakening is possible for everyone through Shiva's guidance and compassion. Ultimately, Shiva reminds us that the goal of life is self-realization and liberation, where one attains eternal peace by realizing oneness with the divine. The impact of Shaivism today. Shaivism, one of the oldest spiritual traditions in India, continues to influence philosophy, culture, arts, rituals, and modern spiritual practices across the world. Its core teachings, recognizing the divine nature of consciousness, embracing inner transformation, and seeking liberation, moksha, remain relevant in today's fast-paced world. Below are key areas where Shaivism plays a significant role in modern society. Shaivism is deeply embedded in the religious and cultural life of India, where temple worship and pilgrimage sites play a vital role in keeping Shaiva traditions alive. Temples like Kashi Vishwanath in Varanasi, Kedarnath, Rameshwaram, Pashupatinath Temple in Kathmandu, and Amarnath are among the most sacred places for Shaivites. The Jyotirlingas, 12 holy shrines of Shiva in India, attract millions of devotees annually, making them central to Shaiva worship practices. The Jyotirlinga at Pashupatinath Temple in Kathmandu, Nepal, is considered the head of the 12 Jyotirlinga in India. Festivals like Mahashivaratri, celebrated with devotion across India and globally, strengthen this connection. Regional celebrations like Karthigai Deepam in Tamil Nadu and Shiva Parvai Kalyanam in Andhra Pradesh also reflect the cultural influence of Shaivism. The Lingayat community in Karnataka, founded by Basavana, is an important Shaiva sect that promotes social reform, equality, and ethical living. This movement, rooted in Shaiva Siddhanta, continues to impact modern Indian society by challenging caste discrimination and promoting spiritual autonomy. Many modern yoga and meditation practices have their roots in Shaivism. Hatha Yoga, which forms the foundation of most modern yoga systems, is heavily influenced by Nath Shaivism, a sect that focuses on physical discipline and inner awakening. The concept of Kundalini awakening, central to Kundalini Yoga, comes from Tantric Shaivism, which describes spiritual energy rising through chakras to achieve enlightenment. Shaiva teachings on self-realization and mindfulness have also influenced modern spiritual movements. In Kashmiri Shaivism, the practice of pratibhajna, self-recognition, emphasizes recognizing one's true nature as divine, a concept reflected in many contemporary mindfulness practices that focus on awareness of the present moment. Shaivism has significantly influenced modern spiritual teachers and movements around the world. Sri Ramana Maharshi, a revered Indian sage, taught self-inquiry, Atma Vichara, which aligns with Shaivism's focus on realizing the inner self as Shiva. His teachings continue to attract global seekers of spiritual awakening. Sadhguru, a contemporary spiritual leader and founder of the Isha Foundation, promotes Shiva as a symbol of inner transformation and universal consciousness, integrating Shaivite practices into his global programs on yoga and meditation. Additionally, Neo-Tantra and New Age movements have drawn heavily from Tantric Shaivism, focusing on energy practices, Shiva-Shakti balance, and spiritual awakening. These movements have brought Shaivism's mystical and philosophical concepts into mainstream Western spirituality. Shaivism's teachings have had a lasting impact on social ethics and reform movements in India. The Lingayat movement promotes gender equality, rejection of caste hierarchies, and spiritual inclusivity. It emphasizes ethical living, community service, and respect for all beings, values that remain important in modern social reform efforts. Shaivism's philosophy of cultural tolerance and pluralism promotes the idea that all beings are divine and that diverse spiritual paths are valid. This inclusive worldview has contributed to India's pluralistic society, where different beliefs coexist peacefully. Shaivism has left a profound mark on Indian arts, literature, and music. The iconic representation of Shiva as Nataraja, the Lord of Dance, symbolizes divine consciousness and cosmic rhythm. This image has inspired sculptures, paintings, and performing arts across India. The Shiva Lingam, another central symbol, represents the infinite and formless divine, and its depiction in temples and artwork continues to inspire devotees and artists alike. Shaivism has also influenced classical literature and music. Tamil Shaiva hymns from the Tirumurai continue to inspire spiritual seekers. Carnatic music and Bharatanatyam dance have strong Shaivite influences, with many compositions dedicated to Lord Shiva. These artistic traditions keep Shaivism alive in India's cultural heritage. In recent decades, Shaivism's influence has spread worldwide, shaping spiritual movements and interfaith dialogues. Western thinkers like Carl Jung and Alan Watts were inspired by Shaiva concepts of universal consciousness and inner transformation. The ideas of Shiva as the cosmic dancer and the Shiva-Shakti balance have resonated with many modern spiritual seekers, influencing New Age philosophies and holistic healing practices. Shaivism also plays a role in interfaith dialogues, promoting the idea that all beings are divine and that spiritual unity underlies religious diversity. Its teachings of tolerance, acceptance, and respect for all life continue to contribute to global peace efforts and cross-cultural understanding. In conclusion, Shaivism emphasizes devotion, self-awareness, and inner transformation as the path to spiritual liberation. Through rituals, meditation, yoga, and philosophical study, Shaivites strive to experience oneness with Shiva, recognizing him as both the cosmic force and the inner self that leads to moksha, liberation. Shaivism's influence can be seen across religion, yoga, spirituality, social reform, and arts. Its core teachings of inner transformation, self-realization, and liberation continue to resonate with modern spiritual seekers worldwide. Whether through temple worship, philosophical teachings, or yogic practices, Shaivism provides timeless wisdom for navigating life's challenges and discovering divine consciousness within oneself. The legacy of Shaivism remains a powerful force for both personal and societal transformation today. Please like this video, subscribe this channel, and share the timeless wisdom with the world. Thank you.